Well, hey there. If you caught the probably the last 30 seconds of my attempt to live stream with my new GoPro on here, I accidentally killed the stream. Something you never want to do. Let's see. Can I view the stream here? I can. Here we go. Hey, I'm Kevin Kolbe, and I am just doing an extreme impromptu live stream. I just tried one on Facebook, and it seemed to work. I am doing this with the GoPro Hero 9, and I have discovered that I sound extremely hickish when I say GoPro. No, I'm done. When I say Hero. By the way, if anybody's watching this and you just pop in, feel free to say, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm gonna cut this off right there. That way, I don't get any feedback. So, this is though live with the GoPro Hero 9, and I'm pretty excited about this. I've had a Hero 5 and a Hero 7. Did I have a 4? I don't remember. But it struck me when I was live streaming a second ago that evidently I tend to buy the odd number GoPros. I don't know why. I know I've had one before. I think my first one is I actually got, so our youngest son, which we refer to as a little dude, is in a wheelchair. And I bought one once because I thought it'd be really cool to strap to his wheelchair. And when we went to Special Olympics, then you could kind of see what he saw. So I thought that was neat, but I never used it enough. I know what I did a second ago. So the screen keeps going to sleep, and what's happening is it bugs me because. So I'll finish my story and I'll tell you about this. So, but I never used them enough. Taking them on trips before and things like that. But there was something here about the Hero 9 that really intrigued me, and with the 8 and the 9, now you can live stream. Now, the way I'm live streaming is through the app. So literally, here is the app, the GoPro app, which is free, and I'm connecting wirelessly straight from my GoPro through my phone and then signing in that way. So I'd rather go hardwired, but I can't quite get it working. But if you're just joining and you want to let me know in the comments, how does it look? How does it sound? I know it seems like it's on the wide lens. Now, you know, when you go, a GoPro has 3 lenses, and there's the wide and the linear, and is it normal? The linear to me sometimes is too cropped, and the wide gives you that fisheye lens. But what I was saying is one of the things that really intrigued me about the 9 is now there's a viewfinder right on the screen. I mean, right on the front of the camera. And that's huge, even though I keep looking at it, which means I'm not looking at the lens. But right now I can see that I'm in frame. I can kind of see where I am. And to me, that was a huge selling point. Plus, I got to tell you guys, they're not that expensive compared to a lot of things. The fact that this thing will do 5K, I rarely do 4K. It's got image stabilization built in, which can give you kind of the effect of a gyro, or not a gyro, of a gimbal. I've actually shot on my old one a couple of things before where it just didn't move around a lot, and I was walking and it was just like butter smooth. And I saw somebody who was doing one the other day, a test run. Was it Casey? I forgot who it was, but oh, I know. I think it was. He had it strapped to a little GoPro, like, you know, remote control car, and oh my word. And he was going through the woods and everything like that in neighborhoods, and it was like really, really smooth. So the reason I picked this up is because, again, it's so small. You can throw it in a backpack. You can throw it in your back pocket. You can take it with you. So if you want to vlog with it, if you want to shoot some B-roll with it, you know, you've kind of got like a gimbal, but now you can live stream with it. And so what intrigues me about that is now when I'm live streaming, because typically what I'm doing is I use my Canon M50 Mark II because it's got a clean HDMI out, and it is a great camera. There's some guys out there that just all they want to do is bash it. That's on them. I love the Canon cameras. They're not perfect, but I love the M50. I love the M50 Mark II because it has that clean HDMI out. But that's typically what, and I'm pointing because it's right over. In fact, I can show you. So that's my setup right there. So when I'm live streaming, that's usually what I'm shooting with right there, and it's just shooting right over the monitor. And then I've also got my my webcam right there. Oh, Kevin, you've got two screens. So I don't know if you can see it, but right there, there's my my main camera. That's the Canon M50 Mark II, and that's my webcam right there. And so what I thought would be really cool, oh, and see now, because the GoPro has a front-facing front-facing screen that I can see, you know, like the cameras, like this one has the flip out. In fact, I'll tell you what, let me turn it on, that way you can get a better look at it. There we go. So if you notice right, where'd you go? So you notice the flip out screen right there. Well, that's nice when you're vlogging or live streaming too, because you can check it because the lens is right here. Where on the GoPro, I'll kind of put it here, you can kind of see right here, they've added this viewfinder, this lens, and that's huge. I'm gonna turn this off. And the reason that's huge is because you can frame yourself better. Now it's getting dark here, so I'm gonna turn this on. And when I tried this earlier, it made me kind of look like a salmon. I do think that is too bright. So let me nope, 20% is as low as it'll go. So sorry, it's very bright, very not looking great either. But to me, having that that front on there is huge. So Desiree is saying, how are you? How cool that you're on a GoPro. Seriously, you're just so cool. You know, that means a lot. By the way, Desiree, have you hit 20,000 yet? I mean, I checked it today. I was going to send you a big congrats thing, and I think it was like 19.9 and a little change. But dang, I look like a salmon. Look at that. But anyway, congratulations to you're going to be 20,000 at any point here. But yeah, right now I am live streaming directly from the GoPro via the Gopro app. And what I'm hoping I can figure out, I can't figure out yet is that, so the GoPro charges through the battery through a USB cord, and that will allow you, like on one streaming platform, it picked up the camera, but on a couple of other ones, it didn't pick up the camera, which is frustrating because that way I can use my M50 Mark II as my main camera. And again, there it is, if you need to see it. So that when I'm live streaming, I'm usually sitting here like this, and that's the camera right there. And this monitor can go up and down, and there's my webcam. So what I want to do is be able to have the GoPro as another camera, another source I can go to, whether it's an overhead shot, whether it's a side shot. So the fact that I can go live from that is phenomenal. Yes, Canon M50 posse. I agree. Joe Hinkle. Joe just started his own company. And I forgot the name of it, but great guy. But yeah, I wanted to get on here and play. So if you missed the first one, so the GoPro has basically the power button on the side and then the button on top, which is kind of like the record and stuff like that. So when the screen goes to sleep, it's the first time I tried it, I didn't know which one to hit, so I hit the top one, which killed the stream. So my first inaugural was only a little bit. So Joe's asking, are we listening through the GoPro mic? Yes. Yes. So how does it sound? Right now, I have nothing external hooked up to this. I've got it on a Joby GorillaPod. But right now it is just Create Wonder. That's the name of Joe Hinkle's company. But yeah, right now the audio is just the mic on the GoPro, which honestly I think is pretty good. I think probably the GoPro mic, at least, I think it got better on the 7. I didn't have the 8, but I had the 7. I think it got better, and quite honestly, is better than the internal mic on most DSLR mirrorless cameras. I mean, you know, I've got two M50s. I've got an SL3. I've had, I don't know how many other cameras. And the internal mic is just okay. Is just okay. Like I used to have a Canon G7X Mark II. Love the little camera, but there was no mic port. And so if you were outside somewhere, in fact, that was one of my bigger videos, is because I found out, like, if you put a little like, you know, wind muff or something on top to block the mic holes, the mic ports on top, it would at least help. But if you go out somewhere and it's like crazy noisy, and you don't have an external mic pointed at you or clipped on you, it's only gonna be so good. Joe's saying it sounds great, so close, but a happy salmon. You know, maybe if I start another YouTube channel, I'll call it that, the Happy Salmon. I love salmon. So, but no, this is the built-in mic. And again, I'm live streaming directly from the GoPro, so it's not connected to anything. And it looks like, I don't know, I'm guessing now the battery's maybe at 80%. Now, there's some other things you can do on a GoPro to help you with the battery. Like, you can reduce the screen brightness, you can turn off voice commands. So I don't know if you know this, but I think starting with the GoPro 7, you can do voice command on here, which I thought was great for a while until I realized it just kills your battery. So I turned that off. I also turned off GPS and some other things too. But yeah, so right now you just connect via the app, the free GoPro app, and it allows you to connect to Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. I'm having to wake the thing up on the side here, pardon me. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. It also create, I think it's called an RMTP. So for example, when I have done Amazon Live, I've used StreamYard because it create that stream key, and then that way I can use more of a you know, professional streaming service for that. She's saying that is some clean audio. Good. Now, it doesn't hurt that I'm in my office studio and I've got the door kind of shut, even though our dog doesn't seem to be any respecter of me doing anything. I was doing something one day and I hear this. I'm like, dog, not now. Excuse me. But this is cool, and I'll tell you what's frustrating is I haven't figured this out yet, and I've been watching videos, and it seems like it's a thing. When I've got the GoPro plugged in through the USB cord that comes with it, it's a USB-C to USB cord. It'll charge the battery. Some programs would see it and some wouldn't. I think, could I see it in QuickTime? I can't remember. Because it's a risk, I think, when you're live streaming, if you're not, you know, if you're not connected. Now, you know, right now, just kind of looking at it over here to the side, it seems to be really smooth. It looks like it's breaking up just a little there. I've also got it on my phone right here, and there's a delay everywhere. But you know, there's a webcam app, or there's an app I've tried before that turns your iPhone into a webcam, and it's called iRun. It's like IR, not to be confused with the flock of seagulls. It's like IRUIN or something like that. And I just downloaded it again today to try it. And maybe I need to do a video on this because I typically have used on my iPhone an app called Shoot, Clean Camera Feed. It's like $4 or $5. It works so well. But I was trying to use the Epoch Cam, which now is owned by Elgato, and I can't get it to connect at all. It keeps telling me it's downloading, but I don't see it. All right, so got a question. Human City Junction, are you streaming direct through the GoPro to Wi-Fi to YouTube? Yes, I am. Directly to. So basically, when you power up the GoPro, you launch the app, the GoPro app, and it will connect to your camera, in this case the GoPro, and then from there you have the options of where you want to stream to. So yeah, straight in there. That needs to be a shirt for my merch store. Happy Salmon. I'm liking that. Hey, I may go see if the URL is available. Guys, don't buy it from me. I gotta feed the kids, even though there's only one at home now. But yes, yes. Did I answer that? Human City Junction? Yeah, directly from the GoPro. And right now, it says I've been live streaming for right at 16 minutes, and the battery doesn't even look like it's 3/4 full. Felicia, hey, how are you? I'm groovy. How are you? I cannot wait until I get to the point I can try this. So here's the thing. I gotta say, and I don't know if you heard the beginning of this, but this is my third GoPro, and I had a 5 and I had a 7, and basically I just didn't use them that much, and I kind of got to a point. It's like, if I'm not using it, why keep it? I did use it for, so our youngest son is in a wheelchair, and we were going to take him to Special Olympics once, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to do a video about that. So I put the GoPro on his wheelchair and shot video from his perspective so you could see kind of what he saw, and it was really cool. It was really cool. There was all the kids of the school lined the hallway, and they're all cheering the kids, and so you see that from his perspective. And the GoPro is great for that because I am a sports guy. I got these guns. Woo! Not really. But I'm just not a sports guy that much anymore because I'm old, and the insurance and stuff. So, but I was really intrigued with the 9, and because it has the front-facing screen. So right now I can see myself. I can see the battery. I can see that it's got a card in here. I can see that it's live streaming. I can see the time. And that's huge for framing, because otherwise, if I was like this and I didn't know it, I wouldn't know I was framed. And the rear screen continues to work as well. Like I was doing a second ago, little meta, showing you now what I'm seeing. I can see the back of it. And I want to say this GoPro, I didn't buy anything extra with it. Somebody asked earlier, am I using, is this the mic on it? And it is. I do have it sitting on a Joby GorillaPod, and I think this came in at 3 something. I'm not sure, 3 something. He was saying, cannot wait. I have a friend with a GoPro 8, and he streams until the battery dies, and it lasts about 70 to 80 minutes. Wow, that's pretty cool to know. Again, what I'm trying to figure out. Sorry, I didn't mean to spit on you. What I'm trying to figure out is a way to connect directly. That would be awesome. Y2 channel for your youngest point of view. Yeah, I appreciate that. There is a video I did, and it's somewhere. I may have put it on another channel I've got where it's called A Day at Special Olympics or something like that. But like my Canon M50, the Mark II, again, this one right up here, this is the one that I live stream with. It has a clean HDMI out, and if you notice, it's coming through this cable, which goes way over to, it's the CalDigit port, because I'm now on the MacBook Pro, the M1 chip. And so what happens is I'll take it through like a Camlink 4K, even though I'm not live streaming at 4K, and that gives me a clean HDMI out, right? So it's hardwired, but I've also got what I call a dummy battery in there. And that means it gives my camera full power all the time. Webcam, of course, that's USB, so it's going to go as long as the USB goes. So I'm hoping to figure out a way I can connect the GoPro 9 via the USB cable that any live streaming platform will pick up. See, I couldn't even get YouTube to pick it up. I had to go through the app to make it work. And so, which is fine, but it's like you mentioned, you know, your friend streams until the battery dies. And even though I think maybe I've done one hour stream once. But what I'm thinking is that it'll be a great a secondary camera. So I could take a different wide shot. I could do an over the head shot. And, you know, for something like that, it's probably going to be okay. One of the things it keeps doing now, and you know, maybe I need to do a video on this as well, just to show you guys what I'm seeing. The screen keeps going to sleep, and I thought I had it set for never, which again can eat into your battery. But so you're saying I've got to, yeah. I tell you, I love the M50. Well, except for the GoPro. All my cameras have been Canons. My first camera was a Canon AE1. In fact, it's on the shelf right over there. And right now I've got the M50, and then I bought an M50 Mark II for the clean HDMI out. I've also got the SL3, but I've had other ones. I had the M6 Mark II. I've had the M200. The M line is pretty cool. And I know there's some folks out there saying it's going away. I don't think it is, because it's selling. So you're saying there's a firmware for the GoPro 9 that allows you to connect to the computer over USB, but you have to change the firmware to do that, and the camera overheats. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, it's weird because I connected and I could see it. So it puts a little icon up in your it's not called the tray, whatever it's called up there, you know, where like your battery and your sound and Bluetooth is. And I could see it. But certain programs couldn't pick it up. Like right now, I could see it in Ecamm, but I couldn't see it in StreamYard. I couldn't see it in Restream when I was connected via USB. And I couldn't even see it via the computer when I was trying to go to, when I was trying to go to YouTube. I could only see it through the phone. You're also saying if you want to use the GoPro 9 to vlog, get a small rig cage. It's made limited. Yes, you know, and I'm a big fan of small rig. My M50, which is right over there. Can you see it? I forget that I'm not tethered. I can walk around. So here, I'll just show you this right now. So this is typically how I shoot my stuff in my home office studio. So this is my M50, and it's a small rig right there. This is a newer lens that I just got that I'm really digging. It's I have to always remember what it is. That's the lens, and it's an 11 by 20. I've got this small HD focus monitor. This is not an aperture light, believe it or not. This is a Godox with this diffusion thing on it. But this is my M50, and then I've got the M50 over here that I use to live stream with. But why would I show you all that? Because I was showing you that the small rig is on there. And the reason I put the small rig on there is so I can attach my microphone, which, by the way, when I'm shooting in here, I use the Rode NT, the Rode Video Mic NT. I think that's a phenomenal mic, absolutely phenomenal mic. Nice setup, thank you. And you know, in fact I just got a new stand for the light with wheels, and I think I stole that idea from Sydney Dianzong. He did a video about why he put his light stand on wheels, and I'm like, that just makes a lot of sense. And I've got a nice C-stand that I was using, but you know, you're always having to move it around and stuff. And I had wheels for it, but then I started looking at the price, and I'm like, heck, I can just buy a new light stand or a new C stand with the wheels that folds down for probably cheaper than buying a set of wheels and then hoping they fit on the other one. So sometimes you got to do that. Yes, I did not think to get a smartphone for the can. Now you, well, make sure you use my affiliate links. Yeah, this one, I tell you what I like about the small rig. Let me turn this slide off. I tell you what I like about the small rig for the M50. So I have my M50 on a K&F concept tripod. Really like their tripods. But if I don't have it in a cage, and if you're not familiar with the small rigs, those are just called cages. If I don't have it in a cage, anytime I want to change the battery out or anytime I need to change the SD card out, I've got to take it off, and then you hope the mic doesn't swing around, and you got to pop it out. So what I did is I put it on the cage. Let me know if this should be a video that I need to do. So I put it in the cage, and then I have the cage offset the plate on the tripod, which doesn't sound like a big deal. Well, Kevin, what's the importance of that? Well, what that means is because the small rig has a hole and a gap made, this one is made for the M50, I can pop the door open, I can pop out the card, I can pop out the battery, put it back, I don't have to touch it. So I don't have one of those all-in-one rigs, but to that I have my mic hooked up and the monitor hooked up. They're all cabled in. And I actually even have a little bracket out to the side, so when I'm shooting a video, I don't script, but I have bullet points, and so what I'll do is I'll put those on my MacBook or my MacBook Mini, and then, excuse me, I'll just call up the notes, and that way I can just make sure I'm saying what I need to say. So, well, I got to tell you, it sounds like what you guys have said. And I appreciate you you letting me know. Video looks good, audio sounds great. Because I gotta tell you, it is easy to go down the money and gear hole. So the last GoPro I had, I ended up buying, I think it was made by Ulanzi, and it's a case that you can fit the GoPro in, and what that does is that gives you like a cold shoe mount, so you can mount on a mic, and it gave you a battery compartment, so you could go to a different kind of battery, so it would give power all the time. But now you just got a lot of stuff to carry around. And even though I have a little bitty Rode mic that was great, and now you could even use the Rode Wireless Go, which, by the way, did you see? They've come out with a whole new one now where you can have two Wireless Go units. It's called, you ready? The Rode Wireless Go 2. You can have two units that go to two transmitters going to one receiver. That's huge. So like if you were in a situation where you wanted two people mic'd, like say you and somebody else, I love the Rode Wireless Go. I use them all the time, client work, different things. They're just great. But I'm really excited. I tell you, oh, my battery just went from red to yellow. Interesting. And it jumped. I mean, it literally jumped from like this much to this, just like that. So I don't think I want to keep live streaming to see if it truly dies. But that's good to know, because right now it says I've been going live about right at 29 minutes. You can't record into the receiver, not on the GoPro. I mean, I'm sorry, not on the Rode Wireless Go. But what they've done now is, like, if two of you were recording, you had to have two. Like, I've got two Rode Go systems, and you can, kind of converge. But now you've got, you can have one, I can have one, and they go to one receiver, and then that's still got to be plugged to something. So no, it doesn't record. Now there are some out there that do that, and some of them get pricey. Like I used to have the little Tascam digital recorder, a little bitty one, and it would record straight to that. Of course, you got to sync the audio. Not a big deal. I had it in Final Cut Pro 10. Actually, it's just called Final Cut Pro now, and it syncs audio just like that. So All right, this has been fun. This has been really cool to know it would do this. Got to figure out the hack to get it in there. There is a way you can go HDMI out of the GoPro, but from what I've read, the only way you can do that, you have to get the GoPro mod unit, which is like another $80. And you put the GoPro into that. It gives you a better mic, supposedly, but I heard a couple of demos and I wasn't that impressed with it. It gives you a front and a rear mic, but evidently it mixes them, which is like insane, because if I'm sitting here talking to you and there's noise going on in the back, it's going to get on it. But it gives you the capability of going with an HDMI out. Quality might be a little better, but you got to weigh it. But I don't know if it matters unless, you know, it gets unless it allows me to use the GoPro with more systems. Interesting. That's a good tip to know about that records that long. So, all right, well, listen, I'm Kevin Kolbe, and thank you so much for being a part of here. I'm going to tell you right now, I have no idea how to stop this. So I'm just going to keep hitting buttons until it ends. But thank you for being you, and make sure you use your gifts and get out there and create something too. Oh, people are just now jumping in. Hey, what's up? Says Jan31. And since you just jumped in, I'm live streaming directly from the GoPro Hero 9 via the app, which my app was frozen for just a second, right in here. And that's one of the things I want to start testing a little bit more, you know, more videos, so folks can see different things they can do. I mean, I'm a huge Canon fan, Canon M50. But there ain't nothing wrong with using your phone. This GoPro, I think it just opens up the world. So anyway, thanks for watching this. Whatever point in here you were watching, let me know what you think of the video. Let me think what you think of the sound and what you think of GoPro. I mean, this is exciting, and the 9s are still new enough. They're still, I mean, I had a firmware update right before I went live, so it's nice. You're saying it's nice, cool. You know, this is cool because, again, I'm not connected to anything at all. In fact, I'll show you this, which will catch up. Nope, you won't be able to see it. Dang it, I keep thinking. Anyway, it's been a long day. I am wireless right now, totally wireless, going over our Wi-Fi, and I just connected with that. See, I keep thinking that it's going to show that. Forgive me, really, I'm a professional. All right, appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for being around. Thanks for watching this.